Okay, so what's going on, people? Chef Joab, George behind the camera. Welcome to Flavor Square. And as usual, we have some good recipe working. You know how it is. You know us by now. We have some oil going, so make sure you have your oil at home. Okay, easy recipe. So last week I told you guys, well, 2 weeks ago I told you guys we were doing a little tour, of the Caribbean and the Atlantic and whatnot. Maybe on the next run we'll do, another tour, Greece and that part of the area, even though we are making a little Greek sauce today, a little dip. Anyways, today we're making Jamaican cod fritters. Okay, that's what we're making today. Something good, something delicious, easy to make. You can make it at home, nothing hard at all. Before anything, I need a sip. Hold on. Okay, cool. So we posted the recipe online. You guys can see it online on the page. But like always, I'll give you guys a recipe. I'll give you a rundown real quick. And remember that if you're at home and you guys need to do all your stuff, all your prep for the house and whatnot, you guys need something that can back you up, like the Okami knife that I always show you. Make sure you check them out. If you go to Amazon and you put Chef Joab, you get 10% off. So go ahead and get one of these knives and get your 10%. What was that? No, you cannot. You cannot get a better knife for the price. $89. Excuse me. Right now it's $79. On top of that, they'll give you 10% off when you put in the code for Chef Joab. Come through, Eddie. Come through. So yeah, you get that discount. So what we have here at
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. Beautiful. We're in the Caribbean, you need something fruity, with a lot of alcohol on it too. So I have my beer. It's behind the light. Only a steppings, okay? Man, I have a lot of stuff over here. Okay, so I have my 2 drinks. All right, so for the recipe, again, we're making Jamaican cod fritters. For the recipe, we have, let me see, I have everything all messed up. So I have half a pound of codfish, which is basically bacalao, salted fish, salted codfish. So this is basically what we have. You guys can get this at your supermarket. You could get 2 pounds for about $6 maybe. So George, if you can zoom in on it, it's basically cured. It's salt cured. They put a rub. It's a lot of salt in it. So basically when you guys get this on the supermarket, you get it and you have to put it in water. Show them real quick.
Fish bacon.
Fish bacon, yeah, you got that right. That's what we have. So it's salted. So basically when you get that, you put it on water at home. You soak it in water overnight, changing the water every 3 to 4 hours so it can release the salt. So that's basically it. Okay, so you change the water, every 4 hours or so, just so it can remove all that salt and your food is not salty. If you make it salty, it'll be something not edible. Anyways, as well, it rehydrates the meat. So I have over here half a pound of codfish, and what I did, I shredded the fish. That's what you see. What you see over here, it's already shredded. I have 1 cup of AP flour, all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Very, very important. Make sure you guys, get your baking powder. You have, I forgot one of the most important thing on my table. I forgot the garlic, right? The garlic, I totally forgot about it. Okay, so it's supposed to be 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic. I didn't put it on my table, but let's assume we have it here, okay? So you have 1, you know what, get me. Sorry about that, I'll keep going. So you need 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon of sugar. I have half an onion, 1/4 of an onion, granulated, the one over there. It's all right, no big deal, we'll keep going. We have over here 1/4 of a medium-sized onion, small diced. I have Scotch bonnet pepper. So 2 Scotch bonnet peppers, you dice it, real small dice. And I have over here 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley. Yeah, you know, it gets on you. Sometimes you get tired, and that's why you need alcohol to keep going. George is getting me that's a lot of garlic, but okay, no problem. So yeah, you need your garlic. I'm not gonna put all of it, obviously. Okay, half a cup of milk, 1 egg, and 1/4 of a cup of buttermilk. Really important. I add buttermilk because, you know, it adds a little bit of flavor, but then, you know, it makes that crunchy when you're making your your fritters. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna start real quick, and you start with your dry ingredients. I'm gonna add my 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I'm gonna go with the paprika, smoked paprika. I'm gonna go with the cayenne pepper, sugar, and on the garlic, since it's not measured, I'm gonna add about 8 teaspoons of the garlic. Garlic is really important when you're doing that. Okay, so once you mix those ingredients, once you have it on your bowl, make sure you mix it. Okay, make sure you mix it real good. Guys, everyone, please click the share button. I want your family to see what we're doing. I'm gonna add the egg, okay, right in the center. And the reason why I'm gonna add it in the center is that I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit the yolk, mix it. I'm gonna go with the buttermilk. Right now, since I forgot to add a pinch of salt, not a lot of salt, and George, is really important. The salt, since you're using codfish, remember it's salty fish, just add a pinch of salt to it. Don't add a lot to it. You don't want a salty fritter. Freshly cracked pepper. Any questions online? Hi Ruth, hi Raheem. And start mixing. And little by little, you know what? Start adding little by little. I half of the milk. When you do this, after you mix it real good, make sure that you let it sit. You have to let it sit when you're making it at home for at least 10 to 20 minutes. That way it can start developing flavors. Once you add your pepper, your garlic, you know, your onion. Okay, so I need a little bit more of milk. Almost everything. And slowly mix it.
Make it like a pancake batter.
Kind of like a pancake batter, yes, kind of. Okay, so it's getting to that stage that I want. I'm not adding the remainder of the milk because I have enough already in there. Once you have that consistency, you can see it right on camera right now. Once you have that consistency, you can go with your parsley, all of it. Go with your pepper. Add all of it. Onion. And your codfish. All of it. Once you add all of it, again, keep mixing it. And basically what the pepper does, it gives it that kick that it needs. Because yeah, it's gonna be a salty fritter, but you need some kick to it. So that's what the pepper is going to do. That's why they put that Scotch bonnet on it. Once you do this, you let it sit for about 10 to 20 minutes before frying. And the temperature on my oil right now is 320 degrees. Manuel, can you switch the camera so they can see what I'm doing? So the temperature on that oil is 320 degrees. Once you finish mixing, make sure you cover it and just put it away for about 10 to 20 minutes, and you should be good. George, if you can put this one, man, again. If you can show the man, esta cámara está.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see the mixture. So that mixture, you let it sit 10 to 20 minutes. Let the flavors develop. Once you do that, after the 20 minutes, make sure your your oil is on temperature, 320 degrees. So if you don't have a thermometer at home, you're looking at between medium and medium high at home. That's what you're looking at, okay? So, this one was sitting. Let me move this away. Yeah, I use a pot because I multiply the recipe. Something really important when you guys doing this, make sure that if you multiply the recipe, don't go more than 3 times the recipe, because then it's not gonna work. So if you want to make more than that, make it in 2 times the recipe, multiple times. That way you have the same consistency on your recipe. All right. So this is ready to go. Super simple. We're going to the frying pan, and I'm gonna show you. I'm using a ice cream scoop. You don't have to. If you don't have one at home, you can use a spoon, 2 spoons, grab one, and with the other spoon, you scoop it out. And if you don't have one of these guys at home and you have kids, shame on you. Seriously. Anyways, let's go. Mane, camera. So I'm not gonna fill up the whole spoon. I'm gonna go maybe halfway of the spoon, okay? You can see it there is halfway. That's what I'm gonna do. Why halfway? Because if you make it too big, it might stay raw inside. So you cannot go more than half on the spoon. And if you do, then you have to let it cook longer. How long do you have to cook it for? Close to 3 to 4 minutes. If you cook it less than that, I'm gonna show you exactly what happens. You see that? They're already puffing up. That's the baking powder doing its thing. Look at that. Back at home, they call this bacalaíto. In Puerto Rico, they call it the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, it's a Jamaican recipe, the one I'm doing today. It's not the one we do at home. You could, put a whole bunch of them. Now, while this is frying, I'm gonna work on the dip that George told me. Oh, we should do this dip. It's pretty good with catfish. So while this is working, we're gonna work on the dip. So now you can see it. You can flip them. Remember, I'll say 4 to 5 minutes. This is really important because if you don't cook it enough inside, it's gonna be raw. And I'm gonna show you one. Maybe this size, it's not gonna be like the one I did earlier. It was kind of raw. Okay, so I'll let this go. Man, switch the camera. So for the sauce, what's the name of the sauce, George? Scorbaya. Escordaya. Okay, so the name of the sauce is Escordaya. It's a garlic dip they do in Greece, and it's something simple, extra simple. So I have 8 garlic cloves. I'm gonna add a little bit. Man, this alcohol in the way. Hold on a second. Yeah. So this alcohol in the way. You know how it is. All right. So I have the garlic. You need 1 cup of olive oil, but I'm not gonna add all of it. I'm gonna add half to it, and I'm gonna add red wine vinegar, which is 1 tablespoon. On the olive oil, you have 1 cup. So I'm gonna cover this. Let's see if the alcohol lets me work. All right, so olive oil and garlic first, not all of the olive oil. And I'm gonna, chop that garlic, make sure that it's fully processed. You don't want to have those big chunks. Anyways, when I add the potato, it will go to smaller pieces as well. All right, let me stop it. what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add just one piece of potato now, just so you can grab that garlic and chop it finer. Just one piece of the potato. Wow. Miami Vice beer, Miami Vice. That's good when you're stressed. Take that stress away. All right, so it's to the point that I want. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt to it, just a pinch. I'm not gonna add a lot of it. And I'm adding the potato. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you how much potato. I have 1 pound of potato, fully cooked. I boiled it. Add your potato to it. And the consistency that you're looking for this is something like hummus. That's basically what you're trying to do. A little bit of oil, not all of it. You might not use the full cup until you get that consistency. And you could smell that garlic, you know. It's something, you know, it's a garlic sauce. George, you can leave it alone. That's not gonna burn like that. It takes a long time for it to cook. All right, so I'm almost there. Let me check it. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit. George, can you come in closer and show them, please? Look at the consistency there now. It's like mashed potato right now, you see it? So I'm gonna add a little bit more of oil. Maybe I have to use the whole thing on this one. Just until you get that hummus consistency. That's basically it. And it's almost there. I'm gonna do it one more time. George, what do you think? Take a quick look, George, before I put the stuff away. Here you go. That's what's up? Is that what it is? All right. If that's what it is, you sure? It's George's recipe. Imagine. Anyways, I'm going to add a little bit more of olive oil. George sent me the recipe last night. Yes, the fritter's still working. What was that?
Salt.
I don't want to add more salt because the fritters are salty.
Yeah, but remember, the potato takes all that salt away.
All right, there you go. One more time, and that's it. Because I don't want to make... That's it. So I'll leave that there on the meantime, and I go back to the fritters. George? Let's go back to the fritters. You guys can see the fritters now. Look at that. Now the really important thing is that you don't want to have fritters that are undercooked. So I'm gonna grab one, just put it there. Look at that, the smell of it is good. You're getting that color on it. Flip it. You can see how puffy they are. That's because of the baking powder. I'm not looking at the screen right now, guys. I will be answering your questions in a few minutes. All right, so this is the one we got out. Look at that. You can see that. So the inside of it, you can see on the inside is like bread, and you have all the codfish. You have your peppers, your parsley, everything in there. George, you want to try it out? Look at that. Hurry up, because it's hot. Okay, so I know they're fully cooked now. I'm gonna bring those out, and I'm gonna drop another batch. And look at that. George, do a real quick zoom. Mane, pon la otra cámara aquí, please. Look at that. The smell of it, you know, it smells really good. The flavor, I tried one earlier, so I know, yes, the flavor is there as well. Make sure that when you cook this, is golden brown. Now don't burn them. Like I said, it's something easy. It's not difficult at all. I'm gonna go back to the other camera. All right, so I dropped this. real quick, I'm gonna drop another batch. You know, I have to do multiple plates. And yeah, we're making bacalaíto jamaiquino. Jamaican cod fritters. Next time I won't trust George with a recipe for a dip because he's gonna fuck me up, excuse my language. I don't feel comfortable when you say that, you know. So he gave me the recipe. He's like, I want you to do this. Man, it smells good in here. So to plate this at home, you could do it however you want. You could do a sriracha aioli, you know, as a dipping sauce. You could do the one we did here with the potato. Make sure that don't overcrowd the pan. That's about it for me. I'm not dropping more right now. And I'm gonna make my first plate. So with the sauce that George did, let me come over here. Yeah, I'm using a slotted spoon to get the potato. It's no big deal. George, it's just kind of breaking apart. I don't like it. I don't know. Anyways, so this is your dipping sauce. It's a garlic dipping sauce, George's recipe. So you could put it on a side dish. Right on top, you could go with a little bit of parsley. And for this, it's real simple. You could put your codfish, your cod fritters all around. And this is a nice appetizer for football season. Why not? Look at that. Let me turn it around. I turn it around. And on top of it, again, you could put a little bit of parsley. And if you want to get fancy at home, you could grab a small plate. And for example, I have sriracha aioli right here. On the sriracha aioli, you grab 3 of those fritters, put on the plate, and it's something simple. I thought this show was going to take a longer amount of time, but it didn't. And again, put some of that parsley right on top. And that's something that you could do at home. Simple, fast, easy recipe. The thing that takes the longest here is the cod, that you have to take all that salt out. That's basically what takes the longest. So yeah, once again, it's an easy recipe, nothing crazy. Here you go. Any questions, guys? I'm about to go to the phone to check. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and post them now. That way I'll be able to help you out. ¿Que sea qué? Una salsa que sea agridulce. Sí, you can do it. Yeah. All right, so any questions, guys? Let me see. Hola, Toño. I'm just looking. If anybody have a question, please post it now. That way I'll be able to answer your questions. Do me a favor, guys. Please click the share button. One more time, I want your family to see what we do here. George, can you pass this to the lady over there so she could try it out? And this Miami Vice is on point. It's very good. So again, really important is that you let these guys cook. If you get them raw, if you don't cook them, let me see if I could get one, so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't cook them through, these are almost cooked, George, but if you can do a zoom in real quick. If you don't let them cook, this is what's going to happen. In the center, you're going to see the gooey stuff. This needs about maybe 1 more minute to be fully cooked. You can see it right there. You can see it right there. It looks like a sauce, so it's really important that you cook them through. Make sure you let them cook. If you're not sure if they're done or not, get one out. Get one out and cut them in half, and you can see them.
Let me show you guys. And let me show you. Well, it's terrible.
He still ate it. George still ate it. So I mean, this is something easy, something that, again, if you want to do it on baseball season, football season, you want to do a nice appetizer, this is something that you guys can do. You know, again, it's easy and takes no time. I mean, the thing that takes the longest is just the codfish that you have to, you know, rinse out a couple of times. That way you guys can take all that salt out of the fish. It's really important because it's really salty. So once again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Go ahead and type it before I go. Go to our YouTube channel, see what we have. We have a whole bunch of stuff there. If you need to know how to make the aioli, go to YouTube. There's a video there as well. And what else, George?
That's it. I'm hungry. Let's go. Wrap it up.
Listen to that. He just wants to eat. And the shooter. That's it. Man, and do switch the camera, please, one more time so they can see. This is almost done. Golden brown. Once they're golden brown, that's it, guys. It's a wrap. You guys can start eating at home. You know, you can also do this on the side if you guys make it oxtail and rice at home, okay? Look at that. Man, and it smells good. How was that? ¿Cómo estaba? ¿Estaba bueno? Okay. Perfecto. All right, guys, so that's about it. I thought it was going to take a longer amount of time. It didn't. It was something quick. Remember, I'm going to stress it again. Make sure you remove the salt out of the codfish. George, go ahead, get some. I see you looking at them. Make sure you guys remove the salt from the codfish. It's really important you do that. That way, when you guys make your fritters are not salty at all. One more time, go to our Instagram. Keep checking our Instagram. I forgot to post the giveaway. I promise you guys I will do it by tomorrow. All right? That's about it, guys. See you guys next week. I love you. Goodbye.